Kamala Harris and her running mate. Kamala Harris introduced her running mate, Tim Walz, as the kind of vice president America deserves at a raucous rally in Philadelphia that showcased Democratic unity and enthusiasm for the party's presidential ticket ahead of the November election. Casting their campaign as a fight for the future, Harris and Walz were repeatedly interrupted by applause and cheering as they addressed thousands of battleground-state voters wearing bracelets that twinkled red, white and blue at Temple University's Liacouras Center, a crowd Harris's team said was its largest to date. "Thank you for bringing back the joy," a beaming Walz told Harris after she debuted the little-known Minnesota governor as a former social studies teacher, high school football coach and a National Guard veteran. "We've got 91 days, he declared. "My God, that's easy. We'll sleep when we're dead." Harris, who has served as vice president to Joe Biden for 3.5 years, said Walz would be ready on day one. She called the race between them and the Republican presidential ticket of Donald Trump and J.D. Vance to a matchup between the varsity team and the JV squad. Harris announced the 60-year-old governor as her running mate on Tuesday morning, hours after she formally secured the Democratic nomination, becoming the first woman of color to lead a major party ticket. With the governor's selection, Democrats capped one of the wildest periods in American political life that led Biden to abandon his re-election bid and endorse his vice president last month. Arriving on stage to Beyoncé's Freedom, the newly minted Democratic ticket rode a weeks-long wave of momentum from an unusually exuberant party happy to be looking forward. "He's the kind of person who makes people feel like they belong and then inspires them to dream big," Harris said. "That's the kind of vice president he will be. And that's the kind of president America deserves." Walz shared more of his biography, casting himself as a politician who learned to compromise without compromising my values and a Midwesterner who lives by the golden rule when it comes to personal choice: mind your own damn business. Drawing a personal connection to one of the most searing issues of the election cycle, Walz said he and his wife had 2 children through in vitro fertilization, IVF, after years of struggling with infertility. "When we welcomed our daughter into the world, we named her Hope," he said. Then he turned to his Republican opponents, who he has branded weird in a line of attack that has resonated widely, especially among Democrats. "These guys are creepy and, yes, just weird as hell," he said, setting off a new round of whoops and cheers.
Then he turned to his Republican opponents, who he has branded weird in a line of attack that has resonated widely, especially among Democrats. "These guys are creepy and, yes, just weird as hell," he said, setting off a new round of whoops and cheers. "I gotta tell you, I can't wait to debate the guy," he said of Vance, adding a joke about an unfortunate meme. "That is if he's willing to get off the couch and show up." It is now unclear if a vice presidential debate will happen. The positive reception for Walz built throughout the day as he earned warm endorsements that spanned the wide ideological expanse of the Democratic coalition, leading the Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to quip that the notoriously factious party was exhibiting disconcerting levels of array. The former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who served with Walz during his 6 terms in the House, praised him as a heartland of America Democrat, while Joe Manchin, the Democrat-turned-independent senator from West Virginia, expressed confidence that Walz could bring normality back to the most chaotic political environment that most of us have ever seen. As Walz spoke on Tuesday, the Democratic campaign said it had raised more than $20 million from grassroots donations, another colossal sum since Harris's ascent. For more updates on the USA elections and politics, subscribe to Avuncular's production and turn on notifications. It's the manager of Avuncular's service saying thank you.